Dave and Jay versus the world.
Nice.
Oh, my fault. I thought.
Fuck.
A periodic
Gems.
check. You know what I mean?
Are we in?
Yeah, you're.
Oh,
We're all
going.
good. From
Here we
time to
go.
time, I'm going to need to step around and peek at that to make sure. Because you're leaving soon, yeah?
Yeah, 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
Oh,
all right. So
shit.
then I'll need to. And if you do leave, and if it does stop, red button to record, space to stop.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
If anything, I could just edit it to,
We'll survive. Either way, it'll be fine.
Worst case scenario, we just fucking do this all over again.
Again
next
and again and
week.
again. Hey, we got the juice, baby. We'll be all right.
Got the juice.
Welcome to Dave and Jay versus the world, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome
you-
to the very first episode.
You should go. I'm Dave.
I am. I'm Dave.
And I'm Jay.
I've got this tremendous fan base from my last podcast that I assume would just know who I am.
The start of the podcast is going great.
It is
He
good.
immediately
Immediately dropped my other show. Well, no, it's even better
and
than
also
that.
called it PCast.
PCast. We also just had technical difficulties for the first time.
Not the last.
In all the dry runs that we did. But yeah, this is Dave and Jay versus the world, the show where what do we do here?
We talk mostly shit.
Mostly shit.
Because when I played this for like a couple of friends and stuff like that, and a couple other people, they were like, "Oh, so you're like Fighter and the Kid," and I was like,
Just way less successful.
definitely.
I'm gonna
Definitely
say there's an
without the
argument
money.
without the money. You know what I do want to start by saying is I want to lend an apology to you.
Wow.
Yeah, this is how we're gonna start. I want to start off on a positive note and
So
making
what?
amends because you recently called me. We've done a bunch of dry runs of the show, and you recently called me and you said, "Hey man, what was the nature of the advice?" It was like, "I'm gonna give you your space to talk." And then say your thing,
Yeah.
and you're gonna give me my space to talk and say
Yeah.
my thing.
Which is definitely my stuff would be hands down be better.
Well, all right. We're gonna get into that in a minute. But what I thought when you said that was, hey man, sometimes a conversation flows. Sometimes people get chatty. They chat over each other. It's what it is.
Yeah.
I was so wrong. What happened was,
because I bet everybody who's listening to this right now is probably going, "Why is Dave talking?"
no,
Why is
that's
Jay-
not at all. They're
why
going to
is
say,
Jay
who is this
carrying the
guy?
show?
My tremendous fan base is going, who is this guy that Dave decided to let in on the
Really?
gig?
'Cause
But
my 166 friends and family that subscribe to
That's
our
the entire podcast page.
is going, "Where's Jay? Where
well,
the
look,
fuck is Jay?"
the point of what I'm saying is I, shortly after that, went to edit some video from a dry run that we did. And all I did was embarrass myself.
Yeah.
Because I listened to that 56 minutes of audio and realized that I am maybe one of the most insufferable, agitating people I've ever personally listened back to.
Really?
Dude.
I didn't get that from you. I feel like when I listen to a couple of your old podcasts, I feel like kind of like soothed. I can listen to you and go to sleep.
I
That's
do
what I'm saying.
have a buttery voice, a soft, smooth, a lot of bass in
It's
my
nice.
voice. But that's not...
Definitely did the best part of the intro song.
Yours
Yours was way better than mine.
everybody
Yours
that...
had like depth and
Yeah, but it all blended together nicely. And I
Yeah.
like at the end
carry that one.
the way that we had that little silly moment, and it sounded. I was really impressed with what
That
Matt-
was what they call in the business canon.
Canon.
Is that canon or canon?
I don't know what I see. I'm not really in the
We're getting in there.
anybody in the business.
We're
Let us know
breaking
what
in.
that's called. But yeah, man, that recording was really hard to listen to, and there's some caveats there because I was on antihistamine, right? Because I was having.
I was on antidepressants.
That's also is that true? I was like, wait,
No.
are you breaking this to me on the show? No, I took some allergy medicine. I had really rough allergies that day. And then I had a coffee, and you gave me another cold brew, and I was
Delicious.
so fucking chatty, and I could feel your frustration. You would have a little tangent.
I thought I was dropping nugs of like some funny shit, and then you would go.
I was shouting over you. You were like, "Yeah, man." So, and I'd go, "Hey, fucking Matt," and I would just shout. And it seemed like every opportunity you had to speak was an opportunity for me to scream over you.
Yeah, I thought you did a real good job of that.
Dude, I was bummed out when I listened to it. I had a night.
Me too.
You want to hear? I had a nightmare, dude. I had a nightmare that night that I listened to the whole thing. I didn't have it in me to extract any more clips for Instagram from it because I was so disheartened by my own bullshit.
Wait, just I want to tell you something.
Yeah.
That like I felt terrible telling that to you because it was like telling somebody that they're not good at something, which is one of the worst things you could do. But like, I'm trying to like tell you something. I'm giving you a compliment sandwich. So I'm gonna come in something good, something you can work on, and then leave with something good.
Is that what
So
you
I was
did?
like,
You strategically-
You don't know. You didn't realize.
I didn't realize it.
I was like, Dave, you sounded great. A lot of funny stuff. Bro, we got to stop talking over each other. You were just talking over me. And then I left out with, but yo, seriously, the stuff we got is great.
That is exactly
so
what you did.
that was the bang, bang, bang compliment sandwich.
I pride myself on being self-analytical and introspective enough to know when I suck at something. Dude, I'm not typically like that. If you go back and you listen to the episodes of the podcast that I did before this, especially because it was Skype, I had to give, it was a back and forth. I had to pause, let somebody else
Like a
talk.
phone call, yeah.
And I also did not know that we were recording, which is kind of even worse because that suggests that in real life, in everyday conversation, I'm an insufferable
Piece of
asshole.
shit.
Just
Yeah.
shouting. And you know what my wife said? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how you are.
Well, anybody who's listening to this who has been in some kind of party situation with me knows that I am hands down the fucking loudest dude in the room. I'm at 10.
Yeah.
You know, when I got people coming around, it's the fucking J show, you know what I'm saying? And that's cuz I am shallow.
You're special. Well, you're special. Well, we're two narcissists. We wouldn't be here in front of a camera
You wouldn't be,
with microphones, thousands of dollars worth of equipment that I didn't
true.
pay for, and
That's
we wouldn't
true,
be
too.
here if that wasn't true.
No, it's like I like listening to myself.
Yeah.
I like seeing myself.
I used to like listening to myself
Masturbate, so I like fucking
in the camera.
myself.
In the camera. I mean, not in the camera. In the mirror. It was rough, man, and I just wanted to apologize because I see what you were trying to do, and I also see how flippantly I dismissed the advice that you gave me.
Boy,
that
did
was
you.
so carefully constructed
You
in
were
a
like-
sandwich, like you said.
You were about to put your hand on my chest and be like, Jay,
Yeah, I was like,
one
dude,
of us has done this before and one of us hasn't, so why don't you stand the fuck down?
Hey, one of us is a profesh, and one of the other guys is kind of new to this whole thing.
More like amateur.
I'm going, because I said, yeah, sometimes you shout over each other. That's how a real conversation goes. But, dude, it was, I was able to detach myself from the person on the recording and was just annoyed by the person that I was listening to. I said to myself, if I listened to this shit and somebody else's show, I would dislike it.
The first clip you sent me, I was like, boy, I hope this gets better.
Well, yeah, and
then, like,
I was
you sent me
also
the second clip, and I was like,
It didn't
okay. No, I thought it was
You
pretty
thought
good.
so? I thought the second clip was
I thought
worse.
there was potential.
Wow.
Thought there was potential there. I didn't know how we were gonna start this. Originally, like I thought we would go, "Hi, I'm Jay," and then give a little background because that's what we talked about.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
No.
We went right into you.
Yeah. Well,
we
it
went
was
right into talking about you.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Well,
Give
I
the
wanted
people
to
what
get
they want.
I wanted to start
And they want
the
me.
show that way because I wanted to tell you that, but I also wanted to say it on air because I thought that you would appreciate that I actually recognize
Live right now.
what you were talking about. But what we should do is go ahead and tell people who you are, Jay. A little
Everybody-
bit about yourself.
This is episode 1.
Episode
right?
1.
Every single person knows who I am.
Every that's true. That is true.
There's not really much to. I'm Jay.
Well,
I'm a
where did you
Libra.
grow up? You grew up because we're all
Perth
a couple of
Amboy.
Jersey
I'm
boys.
an amateur mixed martial artist,
That's
amateur
true.
kickboxer, strength
true.
conditioning coach at Lionheart MMA.
Shout out Lionheart MMA.
I'm easygoing. I like long walks on the beach.
He does.
I'm more of a forest guy than a beach guy.
Got a
though.
set of legs on you.
Yeah, I do. That's from the squats.
That's from the squats, deep squats.
I grew up Perth Amboy.
Perth Amboy.
It's kind of a hood, you know.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
through that, came out, and now I'm just absolutely killing it. The man that you see before you, see this mic right here? This guy paid for it. See those lights over
you
there?
did pay for it.
This guy paid for it.
That's also true. You did pay for these
See
things.
that 60
I
inch?
haven't.
This guy paid.
That's it. That also. You know.
Camera.
All right. Well, now let's stop counting things you paid for.
This pool table.
I'll say a little bit about who I grew up in Elizabeth, New Jersey, and then I also grew up.
Whoa, Elizabeth!
Yeah, Elizabeth, New Jersey. Not a great place. Not a great place. Not a great
Only
place to
thing
grow
you
up.
got is IKEA, and you had Rex.
Well, that's not even really. They keep that away from us. That's off of the
That's
turnpike.
across. Yeah, you gotta get across the road.
Yeah,
for
you have
that.
to be able to have the stamina to run down the side of the turnpike and not get picked up by the police and or human traffickers, and to make it to IKEA. You're really only there if you have a car. So nobody from Elizabeth
Nobody goes
is
to IKEA.
going
is
to
what you're telling
IKEA.
me,
Yeah, nobody from Elizabeth.
unless there's public transportation that goes to IKEA.
Yeah, and they don't do that. I'm
They
pretty
don't
sure
do
they
that
don't do
here?
that because they don't. IKEA doesn't like the
You're gonna have
locals.
somebody out there who knows the transit system.
Yeah, they're
be
gonna
like,
talk.
"Fucking
Yeah, it's my
dummies.
family. My
It's the
dad still lives out there.
817
Yeah,
fucking goes there.
every day, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30 on the fucking half hour. And then I moved to Carteret, and then I moved to. I moved around a lot, and then I moved to Woodbridge. This is all before I finished high school, and then so Jay and I actually met at Lionheart.
Oh, here we go. This is the background story of how we met.
Well, I mean, you
I
know-
like this part.
We met at Lionheart
This is my favorite
MMA.
part.
We were both very new because
Yeah.
when you showed up, I might have been a week in, 2 weeks in, or
Uh-huh.
something like that.
Yep.
Shout out to Lionheart. Excuse me, Lionheart MMA in South Amboy, New Jersey.
Coach Ash.
Coach
College
Ash, killer Coach Ash, and yeah. So I was probably about 2 weeks in when I met you, and we were doing boxing class.
Yep.
And I remember I asked you. I said,
Here we go.
I said, well, I think I said, what's the goal here? Like, what are you trying to do at Lionheart? And
Yeah.
you said your response, and I'll never forget it, was, I want to beat the shit out of Joe Rogan.
There you have it.
And I looked you in the eyes, and you looked me in the eyes, and in
We've been
that
friends
moment,
ever since.
that's when it happened. I said I was confused because I like Rogan, and I know you do too, but I think it's kind of like a trophy hunting thing, right?
I'm kind of getting over the Rogan thing now, dude.
How could you not? He's
'Cause
been-
he's a rich white elitist.
At this
and,
point, he's definitely part of the Illuminati.
Yeah, for sure. I can't do it. I'm not jiving with him now. He doesn't speak on behalf of the everyman. And that's kind of like why I wanted to start this, was to give other people like a voice, because I know a bunch of other people want to come on and talk and share their stories, and you don't have to be famous to be interesting. And I
That's
think
true.
like we're kind of losing that somewhere along the way. And the only time you get some kind of platform to show the interesting that is you is either if you're some kind of verified influencer, which mostly is ass shots and titty shots
That's
or
right.
workout videos.
That's true.
Or it's like you got to go on some kind of crappy reality show to be like noticed.
Although I do
Instead,
want
you
to
could
say,
go on a crappy podcast like ours to be noticed.
yeah, an absolute. Well, I would go on it if somebody reached out to us because of this show and they said, "Hey, I think you two would be great for this reality television show." I would leap at the opportunity to be on a
Really?
reality.
I wouldn't. I
Me
would
and you.
I would
on a-
turn it down so fast. I'm not good like.
No,
with
we
stuff
could
like
go
that.
in.
You know, I'm not good at people telling me what to do.
Well, no, that's exactly why it would be. We'd probably be the best people on the show
No,
because
they-
we'd be rebellious and full of vigor.
I'd be kicked out so fast because they'd be like, he attacked the production team. You
I'd
can't do that.
stick around. They pay pretty well, I think. I'm pretty sure all those people that are in those reality shows.
I looked this up now because I like my thing is like looking up how many followers these people have on Instagram.
Okay.
My wife is always like, oh yeah, 90 Day Fiancés, and I was like, hey, you know that one guy with all the kids? He's only got like 30,000 followers. I'm like Rain Man. With
But do they
that.
pay them?
Yeah, like they pay them. I think like I saw a number that was $1,000 an episode. I saw a number that was $3,000 an episode. And when
Okay.
you're figuring you got like 12 episodes, it's some
That's
money.
a nice little knot. Yeah.
It's a little bit of money.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you remember what the examples were? The shows that were 3,000?
It's like 90 Day Fiance, but
90
you also
Day
gotta marry
Fiancé.
a fucking stranger. into
Yeah,
the country.
90 Day Fiance is what there. We actually watch it, my wife and I, and there is a
Me too, I love it.
chick.
Love that show.
I don't watch anything else, but like because I don't watch TV really until I'm about to lay down, and then I'll watch 1 or 2 episodes if I don't, because I fall asleep very quickly, and I'll watch 90 Day Fiance, and there's a morbidly obese white bitch and a Moroccan dude. You know
We
who
just-
I'm talking about
we
already?
just lost our morbidly obese white bitch
No,
demographic.
that was a shout out, if anything. That was a shout out. I just represented. And there's a Moroccan dude. You know who I'm talking about? The big.
Wait, there's 2 of them. There's Meemaw and Baby Lisa.
I think it's Baby Lisa. Meemaw is the chick.
Meemaw, she's like a southern gal.
Something like
that. And then Baby Lisa is from fucking West Virginia or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
And she's dating a Nigerian dude. And unbeknownst to this dude, he thinks he's going to come to the land of milk and honey that is the USA. When you're
Definitely
coming
got
here,
milk and honey.
you're going to hands down the worst fucking place. West Virginia.
Oh yeah, yeah. They made a song about that place, and that's about the only thing that was good about it. And I do like that song. That song slaps.
By John
West
Denver?
Virginia.
Yeah, that's a good
Mountain Mama.
There you go. You
Take
know
me
what?
home.
If
I
we
got
didn't
it.
get picked up with anything, it's going to be you.
It's gonna be a record deal.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a record
singing,
deal.
yeah.
Your boy's got a set of pipes on him. Now,
I want a piece of whoever comes on here, just in case they get found on here.
oh yeah, anybody.
gonna be
That's a
like-
caveat.
Guys, you want to come on the show? You're signing away 23%.
We do have to, and I said 32, and we could,
Ah.
meet somewhere in the middle. But I think,
Give them a little something.
a little bit of something.
Little
But I do think
taste.
we need to have a waiver because inevitably the show is going to get huge. Inevitably we're going to be rolling in the dough, and inevitably we're
exactly
going to
what I was
make you very popular and very successful, and
At least locally. At least
locally. Which
at
hey,
least within Middlesex County.
New
You'll
Jersey,
be known.
I think Middlesex
You'll be known.
County has enough money for us.
I'm just trying not to work. You know.
That's it. That's really the goal. We
Trying
should
to
say
post
that.
one Instagram video and then just get cut a check for like $2,500 a day, and then just me in a fucking sports bra and some booty shorts, and
one of
never
those-
have to fucking touch a rotor again.
Little umbrellas in your drinks, right? If I could just do that. Although I will say that when people go, that's what I want. I just want to kick my feet up on the beach, and I want to have a little drink with an umbrella in it, and I just want to do that. I couldn't do
You're
that. For the
looking
rest
off, like for people that don't can't see this. He's looking off in the middle distance while describing a day of him on the beach.
It's the light. Our lighting, part of our very professional setup,
Yeah.
is giving me. It's the beach. It's the sun. It's the sandy.
you're feeling it right
and
now is
and
what you're saying.
The waves rolling in. But I couldn't do that for more than maybe a week. I think probably about a week, and then I'd have to get up and do something interesting again. You don't have that problem?
I mean, like you talking about like doing nothing.
Just chilling on a
I had a little
beach.
taste of that during this quarantine. I did nothing for 2 months, but that's the thing. It's like I didn't do just nothing.
Yeah.
I worked out and I trained like every day.
Yeah.
And I mean,
So that was a flat out lie. You go to the fucking gym. I mean, before the quarantine, you would go to the gym before work. Was that often?
every day.
Every day. Okay.
I wake
what
up
was
at
what was
4
your
o'clock.
4 o'clock to go to the fucking gym?
Uh-huh.
Work out for how long you think?
Hour and 20 minutes, hour 15.
That's
With-
not
with
even a
stretching.
normal fucking time.
a
A
little
lot
bit
of people
after.
say like, hey man, half hour, 40 minutes a day. That's a good start.
What dude in a suit on a lunch break is going to do a half hour? You ain't even gonna fucking break a sweat in a half
I
hour,
mean,
my dude.
I guess you're right
Takes me
about
15
that.
minutes to stretch.
Then, what time is work start?
Work starts for me. I get to the yard by about 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
I start my truck, get my route going. Clean everything down because I'm anal compulsive.
Well, it's good though. It's a good move.
And then I get out early because I got about an hour and a half drive on average, hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours to like my first stop. So it's like my day starts at like 4 o'clock, and then it's just a fucking sprint.
Yeah.
From there.
At work, by the way, you're chucking rotors.
Yeah, a lot of rotors, man.
Rotors. I worked with you for a little bit, and
That's
we
right,
would
you
show
did.
up to some places where the rotors were piled hip high, and rotors don't
On a
pile
light
vertically
day.
very well. So the width of the pile was fucking, maybe 10, 15 feet wide in diameter, hip high of rotors. Every once in a while, we'd come apart that, and you know what that is? You back the truck up to this pile, and you just start flinging
throwing.
them, bro,
Yeah, but
over and
that's-
over, just
why my
rotating
inside game
hips.
is
and-
so nice.
Yeah, well, that does a lot of the hip rotation and everything.
That's it.
So you work out,
Yeah.
you go and you chuck rotors around,
Yep.
And then you get out, and how many times you hit in Lionheart a week, you think?
I go to Lionheart every Saturday, Sunday, Monday morning.
So 3 days a week on top of that.
That's because I have a 4-on-3 off schedule. So after I'm done with my work week, I do 3 days at Lionheart, whether it be like strength and condition with the guys or getting some guys ready, giving some rounds, anything like that. And then once in a while, I'll put in like a Friday, which is like sparring day, like team sparring, stuff like that. So I'll get some work. with
Yeah.
some of
So
these
when
guys.
you say, I got a taste of relaxing for 2 months, no the fuck you didn't.
I mean,
Because you
for
kept
me, it was
working out.
relaxing.
There's jujitsu mats in your room.
You always gotta have a little jujitsu mat.
In the
just hanging
is
around.
it also in your room? How many kettlebells? Is there fucking equipment
Like
under
8?
this table?
Yeah, there's some. That's my wife's equipment though.
Yeah. Kettlebells, there's yoga mats and shit.
That's a yoga
there's
mat,
there's all types of
There's a punching
fucking-
bag right to the left of me, actually, right here.
There's a heavy bag on the ground. How the fuck did you convince your apartment complex to allow you to hang a heavy bag on the outside of your building?
Seriously, like super simple. I just did it. Just did it.
Yeah.
And then
no.
there's this little Spanish dude, this older Spanish guy that comes around, right?
And he goes,
and he'll
"Fuck
watch me for a while.
Does he like it?
Yeah, and you know he must not speak too good English because he's like, "Hey, watch." And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Sure,
yeah.
fuck it, yeah, go ahead."
Yeah, fuck it.
And then he's like, "Oh, you're strong," and I'm like, "Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
sure."
yeah. He's trying to give you pointers. That's
And
what it
dude,
is.
I'm not lying. I turn it on when he comes.
Yeah,
like,
you
'cause
like
I
an
gotta show
audience.
him like I ain't no little bitch.
You're narcissistic. You like a little audience.
You know I like the.
You
You know
turn
I
it up
come
a little
alive
bit.
with a fucking crowd.
It's true. You come. Oh, smack your face against that
Oh,
some more. It's good for
yeah,
the
we
audio.
It's pop filters.
I hope. Oh, you know what? Let me do a little check real quick and make sure this fucking hasn't stopped recording on us.
Boy, because that'd be some jewels. Has it stopped, David?
It's giving me a. Okay, no, we're still good.
Oh my
It
God!
was giving me a screensaver, and I was like, well, that's not good.
Not gonna lie, my heart skipped a beat.
Yeah, I
there
was gonna
for a
say there
second.
goes fucking 20 minutes of absolutely nothing. But yeah, man. So you didn't get any kind of rest because you
I
kept
did.
working out. I saw you
my
doing the
rest.
videos, and I
Gotta stay
didn't do
relevant,
much.
babe.
I didn't do much for this quarantine.
I thought you would do something.
No, I slimmed down.
Anything.
About a month ago, I was maybe 15 pounds heavier.
Didn't notice.
Yeah, you did. You said something about my tits.
They
Call
were
me Mayo
lovely.
tits.
They were lovely.
I slimmed down a lot. You've
All right.
yet to compliment me.
It's 'cause
And
I'm not. Maybe it's just the clothes you wear. The baby blue jeans.
I like them. They're nice. Look
you
at
look-
you. Your pants. His pants are unbuttoned, and he's not wearing shoes.
Yeah, I know, but at least you know the baby blues make your thighs just look.
Well, they are.
great. Not gonna lie.
Kind of bursting out of the whole. Listen, I like a
lot
little
of cuts in
fashion.
them pants too.
Yeah,
bro.
that's called fashion. Okay, you
Is
got my
it though?
Reeboks. Your socks don't even match.
Hey man, that's because you know that's the shit that goes
I
missing
just-
in the laundry, dude.
You know when you used to go to school and the first day of school, you know, summer's coming to an end, and you get that outfit ready for the first day of school. Now
That was-
I didn't
That
get.
was how today was for me.
I didn't get a chance.
And this is the best I got.
This is what you rolled out with.
This is you're lucky I don't have fucking pineapple shorts on.
Yeah,
and,
that is true.
And a tank.
I
top.
appreciated that you wore jeans. I was
Yeah,
like, wow.
I wore pants with underwear.
And what did I tell you when you showed up? When I showed up, I said you look nice, didn't I?
I
And then
appreciate
what did
that.
you say to me? You said your shirt looks like an
Could
Ed
use
Hardy
a couple
shirt.
rhinestones. Yeah, it looks like an Ed Hardy shirt. I gave you a couple zingers.
That wasn't.
I'm sorry, man. I just, you know how I gotta break you down to feel good about
I
myself.
just don't understand, man. Because I came in and I said we're gonna be first. I'm gonna tell Jay that you know what I thought about it on the way here. I said I wonder what Jay's wearing, and
3-piece suit.
well, that would have been nice. I would have. I would have been
And
a
it's
little
Vera-
upset.
It's a Versace suit.
I'd have been upset that you didn't tell me because I would have busted out a 3-piece suit and showed up with you.
Got it in my trunk.
But I did think about that. I thought, and then I also thought I'm gonna let Jay know that I heard what he was saying about his criticism, his constructive criticism, and that he was vindicated in his criticism. He was correct, and that I've made adjustments. And so what I'm saying, it was all this positivity. I was like, I'm gonna tell Jay his officer, and then you were like, your fucking shirt doesn't have enough rhinestones. You fucking queer.
Now wait a second. If if you were to come in,
Yeah.
and you would be like, and I was like, oh, you look great, man. You're really exuding a positive energy.
Yeah.
You would have been like, oh shit.
I'd have
This
definitely.
is not
no,
Jay.
you're right. I'd have thought something
This
weird was
is
going
like
on.
they live like the fuck.
What did
Somebody's
your wife
taking
say?
over his body.
Your wife said, "Don't try to be somebody else." Right? That was her advice.
That's what she said.
She said,
before
"Don't
we
be
left.
nervous and don't try." My wife didn't say anything because I'm profesh. She knows that I throw down. This
Steph
is how I
was
do.
like, don't fucking fail.
You don't want to hear that, right? You don't want to hear that though when you're about to go and embark on a journey, and they're like, "Don't fucking suck," and you're like,
I mean, like we like shoot the shit and we talk a lot anyway. And it was
Yeah.
like there's like some points that I want to get to, but I'm realizing like when I listen to podcasts, it's mostly just driving, and I'm just trying to like listen to people talk about fuck all when I'm
Yeah.
like, you know, zoning out on the road.
"Yeah."
And, like-
If you're coming to this show for valuable content,
There's almost zero.
you're in the wrong place.
Wrong shit.
This is just nonsense. There is some things that I did want to talk about.
Yeah, there's a couple things. Actually, one that I wanted to say was actually it was just like thank you
Yeah.
to like anybody who like listened to
Absolutely.
this, everybody who subscribed. There's so many like friends and family
Yeah.
who actually like are really fucking supportive.
Yeah.
And like
That's
just
a big deal, man. It feels nice.
All these people just kept asking me like, "Oh, when's it coming out?" And I was like, "It's coming out soon. Don't be, don't bar too high for me.
Yeah, people were, yeah.
It's not gonna be that great."
Yeah.
At the beginning.
You don't want to let too many people.
You gotta let me dial this in, but when I'm dialed in, I don't fucking dial out.
No, stay. Well, I'm on Alpha Brain, so I'll be dialed in till about 4 a.m. And I'll be having night terrors.
Lucid dreams.
Yeah, Alpha Brain is not the best. But what I think is cool is that this podcast, boom, and we're good. There we go.
And we're back right now.
A little bit of technical issues.
We're
So
figuring it out. as
whatever
we go.
happens, Matt will fix it.
Kind of.
Shout out to Matt, our audio
Thank
engineer.
you, Matt. I just FaceTimed him like 4 times.
Yeah, because
Probably
we
trying to eat and chill, and I'm just
trying to
fucking-
live a life.
What the fuck were we talking about?
I don't know, but there were some. I know what I was saying, and what I did want to say. I don't know how much you guys actually caught. We'll figure that out later on. But what I did want to say is that I love the poetry of the fact that this show was born out of the quarantine, the pandemic. So while
for
other
sure.
things are shutting down, and while everything is gloom and doom, and people are panicking and worried and buying toilet paper and all this shit, we are birthing. We're a metaphorical phoenix. We're coming from the ashes, majestically, bringing you sweet content during.
I mean, like, look, how did we even start this?
Well,
Like,
it
what
was something
the
that I was
idea?
about to say before we had our light flickering.
Yeah, because we got lights because we're real pros here.
Yeah.
So when the compressor on the air conditioner kicked on, it just went zzz and just stopped.
Is that's
everything.
what it was? The compressor on the air conditioner?
That's exactly what it was.
Wow, I thought we were gonna have a power outage.
Also, the fact that basically all around like our table here, it
Wires?
looks, I could like. It looks kind of like the dad's outlet that it was in My Christmas Story or whatever that.
Yeah, where he's got all the things
where he's
hooked up
got
to the
all
strip.
that shit. There's a lot of 3-prong outlets attached to fucking extension cords.
I know
here.
a lot of electricians that would not. I don't know any electricians, but if I did, they wouldn't recommend that at all. Right? Having all these things plugged into the. Are you fucking with your phone on
No.
episode 1? Oh, okay. I thought I saw.
I got a
oh,
text
that was
message from my
crazy.
wife.
Well,
I
all right,
gotta
very
say that.
important.
I
guess.
asked her something like 3 hours ago. She
All
finally
right,
got
well,
back
that's
to
how
me.
they do, isn't it?
She was on a hike, bro. You may not get service out there. Wherever she's at.
So what is? I'm gonna go ahead and say a couple of things that are relevant and new with me. I don't know about a couple of things, but one of them is the way that I managed to lose a bunch of weight in 1 month is the carnivore diet, to which you said is probably working because it's
Here
an
we go.
elimination diet, right?
Here we go. This is
now
gonna.
I'm gonna
I know where this is going.
ease into this.
It's going into
Well,
shit talk.
I'm just saying it's working really well, right?
But
Well,
you got lava butt.
there's some issues. There are some issues, and we'll get to that. But the positive things are, one, I don't have to really worry about cooking much of it. I just fucking throw meat on a pan.
And then shit it out approximately.
Well, hold on.
3
We haven't
seconds
gotten there
later.
yet. We
Okay.
haven't gotten there.
We're setting it up.
We're setting it up.
This
We're
is
gonna
what-
we're gonna ease into that.
in the
because-
biz we call this foreshadowing.
Yeah, this is foreshadowing.
the
This is a
punchline.
setup.
This is the setup.
But there are a lot of positive sides, right? I'm getting shredded. I've got abs for no reason. I've not done an ounce of workout.
That means somewhere underneath that body
Is this
and that
atrophy?
shirt,
It's
there's
atrophy.
some kind of muscle there.
There's something
Yeah.
underneath previously thick layers of pudge,
Yeah.
right? But
Them titties.
titties. I got a
I was
pointy.
going through your old Instagram and I was looking at some of your pictures and
Heavy?
they were gross.
What when I was real heavy?
Oof, when your wife was pregnant,
Dude,
dude, you were such
You want to talk about sympathy weight?
slob.
That's not even the word. I mean,
can't believe she didn't take Jack and just go.
she should have run, but she was pregnant. She couldn't
She wasn't
run
running
very
anywhere.
fast. I still had.
Neither could you at the time.
I was a sprinter, all right, born sprinter. A good, very dangerous over short
You
distances.
were more of a roller back then. You could like hit
roll
the
down
ground
a
and
hill.
roll.
If you were
Yeah.
at the bottom of a hill and I was at the top of one,
There'd be a
you,
problem.
You were in trouble. But part of the reason that I picked up so much weight, right? They say sympathy weight. That's one thing. I lived across the street from 7-Eleven, and when my wife would have these cravings in the middle of the night. She'd want like Reese's and shit. And I would tell myself, if I lived in a mansion, which I will one day when I'm disgustingly rich,
When this thing takes off.
When this
like
thing
a
takes
fucking
off,
Elon Musk
that's it.
rocket into space.
We just don't know when. It's not an if. It's just a matter of when. But when this thing takes off, my kitchen in my mansion is going to be really far from my bedroom. Probably about as far as 7-Eleven was from my front door. So if I wanted
Didn't
to
stop
snack,
you from getting them Reese's though.
nope. Got up, put my slippers on, said, I'm going to my mansion kitchen to fetch my wife some Reese's. And you know what
Maybe.
my jam was during the time?
Let's hear it.
Toll House ice cream chocolate chip sandwiches. Dude.
Okay.
That's a
okay.
texture thing.
See, if I was gonna go all out and get really fat like you did,
Yeah.
I would take like a Ben and Jerry's something or other.
What's your
And then
favorite
what
Ben?
I
No.
would-
What's your favorite Ben and Jerry's? Come on, tell me something.
I like that caramel core one.
The caramel core, yeah,
It's pretty
yeah,
fire, and it's got
yeah.
like little cookie bits in it. But what you could
Yeah.
do is you could take the cookie dough
Yeah.
thing, you know, and then cut that up and make a big bowl of like super cookie doughed ice cream. Heart attack.
You know what my favorite Ben and Jerry's is Ben and
Probably some
Jerry's.
basic ass bitch
No,
shit.
bro, are you kidding me?
Fish food?
Fish food.
I knew it.
You knew that?
I knew you were gonna say fish food, and I was
What's
like,
wrong with fish food?
I hate people who like fish food.
What? Okay, and especially the frozen yogurt one. Chunks of they look like goldfish, the crackers goldfish, but they're made of solid chocolate. It's a chocolate ice cream as well. Gobs of marshmallow and gobs of caramel. So as you're digging through this,
Wait a second. I
thought it was something else.
I thought it was something. I
Tell me
thought
that
it
doesn't
was some
sound good.
crackers in there or
No,
something.
fuck a cracker. I'm talking marshmallows, caramel, and chocolate. What is? There's no other.
you
We're
know
doing
what?
good things there.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna give
Oh
it a
my
try.
God.
Oh, bro, you won't even fucking believe what I had last night.
What did you have last night?
I had a Choco Taco.
Did you really?
It was
From an
so
ice cream
good.
truck?
It was so good. No. It was from 7-Eleven.
Okay, same shit. It's the same shit. Doesn't matter where it comes from.
Same place you got yours.
Is that still recording? Yeah, we're good. Okay,
Yeah,
don't worry
we're
about
good.
that. Yeah, Choco Tacos are the shit.
Dude, I got two.
You got two of them? You housed them both?
250 calories a piece.
Don't
you
count
put two
those.
of those babies down.
Don't count those.
500. That's not bad for the boys.
It's not bad. My son, I took him to the ice cream truck for the first time recently because living on the mountain, there was no ice cream truck. And then living in Vegas, there was also no ice cream truck that I saw in Vegas. We were recently out, saw one, ran over, got him the Sonic the Hedgehog with the gumball eyes. And it's like, that's
They
the one he
never
wants.
look like
It looks like Sonic's fucked up. What the vocabulary that I'm going to use on this show, right? I got to be really careful here.
Yeah,
he just didn't
you could-
look good. He didn't
got
look
it.
mentally.
He looked like melted
ill.
ice cream.
He looked like melted ice cream. Yeah, and he's definitely not the best ice cream in the ice cream truck. But that's what
I
the
would have
kids
probably
want.
went like SpongeBob or something.
They had Spider-Man too.
Oh.
But he's in a Sonic phase right now. Really like Sonic the Hedgehog. That's his
Really?
jam right now. But yeah, that's
What the hell how does he even know about Sonic?
I started my son on Super Nintendo and Sega games because
Your son is a little nostalgic dude, and he's
Yeah.
born in the time where that is not even
it's not
happening.
applicable, and
Yeah.
I'm really just making him
You
live
should be
my
known
life
about
over
Fruit
again.
Ninja and not about like Sonic the Hedgehog.
He broke we got him a tablet. He broke the shit within
course.
like the first 2 weeks. That
My
was
dad did the same thing.
2 years. Yeah. Same
Old
thing.
people and children.
Very, very much the same thing. Old people and children, they both shit themselves. So I took that away, and I said, absolutely not. We're never doing a tablet again.
Wait a second. Let me
Okay.
stop it. You said, I noticed you just glazed over something there.
Yeah.
You said, old people and children.
Yeah.
They both shit themselves.
Yeah.
That was almost offensive, but
But your dad shit himself.
no. Didn't you shit yourself? Were you telling me you
Yeah.
shit yourself in the parking lot like a couple days ago?
Oh, no.
So you're out here throwing shade at old people and children, and really, you yourself are a pants shitting, self-hating.
I'm not a pants shitter. That's inaccurate. Now you're close, and you're walking the line between truth and fiction. And maybe some of what you said was a little true, but a lot of what you said was
100%.
very
Don't
false.
Let him lie to you.
This carnivore diet, we were talking about it before the camera got shut off. I don't know how much of it you guys caught, but what I will say is there's a lot of benefits to the carnivore diet, right? Shredded, losing weight, looking good. Everything's cool, very simple, doesn't have to cook a lot. There seems to be a period within the first few weeks where if you've got a system similar to my system, you might be closer to shitting your pants than you ever have been in your entire adult life, and it may happen to you several times in a very short amount of time, like let's say a week. So
there we go.
There was okay. So number one,
There
let's
we
go.
go.
Let's go down the line. I can't remember all of them. I know one of them. I went camping with my wife and my boy, and we're having a good time, doing a bunch of wholesome shit. All of a sudden, my son goes, "Mom, I gotta poop," and it was like a dog whistle or something, like the Manchurian Candidate, where you say a word and all of a sudden I'm activated. He was like, "Mom, I gotta shit," and as soon as he said that, I went, "I have to shit," and I have to shit right now. And I say that, I go, "I gotta go too." So there's a bathroom on these campgrounds. It's very nice, air conditioned, very clean.
That's how I want to go. I
Yeah.
want to go glamping.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really
We're
nice.
supposed to go do that soon.
So but we have to walk. There is a distance between us and this bathroom. We've got to walk, maybe a 5-minute walk, 10-minute walk. I'm walking, and as I'm walking, I'm holding my son's hand, and I'm not looking where we're going. I'm looking in the sky, and I'm confused
I
because
can imagine that while this is happening, you're squeezing his hand
I
harder
had to
and harder.
to let his hand go. I fucking threw it. I threw it to the side because I couldn't have. You know when you're really, let's say when you're sick and you're puking and there's too much input and you want everything to just be quiet and
Your
to just
system
stop.
is overloaded, and you need to purge out your butthole.
Yes. So I can't have any. His hand is exterior input. I can't have any. I throw his hand to the side, and now I'm looking into the sky, and I can't straighten my legs out. And my only thought is, why? Why right now am I closer to shitting myself than I have been in my adult life? And I can see the bathroom, and I'm my wife's trying to. She's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm going, "Don't talk to me," because I can't fucking have any. And I start to speed walk to the bathroom. I have no belt, and I've looped my fanny pack because I like a fanny pack, and I've looped it through my
Joe
pant
Rogan.
loops because Joe Rogan, and now I'm in the stall, and I can't get to my button because the fucking fanny pack is
Because your
there.
baby blue jeans are too tight.
I have to shut my eyes because, once again, exterior input. It's too much for me. I have to shut my eyes and dedicate all of my senses to fumbling for this button. So I get my button, and I go to pull my pants down. Fanny pack is still on. Now I'm, because you know when you get closer to the bathroom, something happens. Your body's like, "It's time to go," and suddenly
It's just letting go, dude.
oh my! So I'm in the most
Fanny pack hanging off your ass.
emergency-driven shit session of my life, and I'm fumbling with my eyes closed, and I get this, and I whip my ass out, and I just fire. I don't even
Jack
touch.
is still to the right of
I
me.
know he's gone. I don't know where he is. I've abandoned my son. I've abandoned my wife, and I'm firing shit. I've not even touched the seat with my ass. That was one time. Okay.
That was 4 minutes of you telling people about your story.
Welcome to Dave and Jay versus the world.
He paints such a picture. He puts you there.
I mean, when
You-
things
you
that I'm
can
truly
almost
passionate
smell
about.
it.
It was okay, and I'm gonna try to make this next one
There are a
quick.
couple things I'm passionate about.
Please.
One of them is telling shit
stories.
That's what
Now,
you're passionate
it's
about.
you know what it is though.
What is
It's
family a close second?
Third, you know, it's a Shit Stories podcast family, and now everybody can relate
that.
to some degree with nearly shitting your pants, right? It's the kind of
That's how I met my
commonality
wife.
between us. Yeah,
That's how I met my wife.
You've told me that
yeah.
before.
Yeah, I was in a bar.
Yeah.
I was Giants won the Super Bowl.
You were
I
a
was-
football fan?
I was a big football fan.
Okay, I
have
didn't know that.
no vested interest in football anymore. There's nothing in it.
You
for
were just
me
in it to
anymore.
meet your wife.
No.
Once you
I
met
like,
her-
I like the. It's a crazy story because.
Please,
like,
go.
Well, I had at the time probably like 9 warrants on my arrest.
Wow.
So I just.
Wow.
I was kind of like I just got back from like Georgia. I was
Yeah.
gonna turn myself in.
Right.
Right. So. It was Super Bowl. The Giants were going. It was a big thing for us because we're a big Giants family. And then I was like, look, I'll turn myself in after the Super Bowl because Giants got the Super Bowl. I was like,
Right.
if they win, I'll go in happy. If not,
You're
I'll
telling
be
this to your family?
miserable. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm telling this to really like my dad.
Okay. All right.
My
Right.
brother.
Right.
So I was like, I'll do that. So that night, boom, fucking Giants, David Tyree catch. You know, it was just great. Plexico in the corner, bang!
Right.
And then celebrate, right?
Celebrating.
So I've been drinking all night. Been drinking some Budweisers, just
Right.
all fucking
In walks
night.
this beautiful girl. You lock
No.
eyes.
Out walks Jay into the street, into a car, down to a bar.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what happened after that.
Okay.
I met Stephanie at a bar. She was like a friend. We had mutual friends.
Friend of a
right?
friend, okay.
Yeah. So, we're talking. I don't really remember too much of what
Right.
happened in the bar. I remember two things
You
vividly.
kept touching her face.
No.
That was number one.
What, like John Travolta
Like
and
over
Face
and
Off?
over, just
Oh,
over
I thought
again.
like Face.
No, it was like her hair was just, and you just had to
Nah,
keep. You were like,
she
I
was
can't.
Hammered. No.
Oh, she was.
Yeah, so what she did is we were talking, we were laughing, and I don't know, she like fell into my face like that, you know, and kind of just like kissed me.
That's magic.
It was beautiful.
Was it beautiful?
And then like we're all excited and everybody's jumping up and down.
How
And
shit faced are you when she kisses you?
I was hammered.
Hammered. Okay.
This is how hammered I was because. So when I'm jumping up and down in excitement because just like getting into the vibe, the Giants won the
Right.
Super Bowl. I found like my first, just love at first sight. I'm
Right.
jumping up and down.
This
in
is great.
excitement
This is a beautiful
and
day. You're
just-
going to jail.
And I was like, oh no.
So very much like you would take a ketchup bottle and smack it against your palm is what you're jumping. It's working its
jumping
way.
up and down vertically like a fucking ska concert.
And
you know
you're
where they do
just
the head tilt and they
clearing
jump?
out the inner walls of your.
And I was just like, I thought it was gonna be a fart, and it wasn't. It was just a yellowy, wet shit, and I was like,
Plasma,
and
mucus?
and then wait, because now
Bile.
you got to remember, I'm still with Stephanie at this point,
Right.
So I got to make up something cool to get out of there.
Something cool.
So I'm like, hey, I got to meet somebody else. I'll see you later.
Yeah, and you winked at her,
Yeah,
and then you walked away funny.
and then
Nah, you
clenched,
walked away like
away.
a.
I
Yep.
did, and
Yeah.
then like for years later, she was like, "Oh, Jay left that night at the bar when we were talking because he had to go meet another girl." And just recently, I've told her that no, that in fact is not what happened. I've shit my pants, and then I tried to James Dean style leave the fucking bar, completely embarrassed.
How long have
then-
you guys been together?
At that point,
Well, now.
3 minutes.
Well, at that point, yeah.
How long have we been together? Like almost 12 years, I think.
Okay, and how
Since,
deep
like,
into
I was 23.
how deep into these 12 years was it that when you told her
About
that
6 months ago. About 6 months ago.
See,
She was
there's two
blown
things I got to
away,
say
bro.
about this. Number one, your confidence as a man to be in front of a girl who, dare I say, you're head over heels for, right? She's fell into you,
Totally
she's
in love.
kissed you,
Yep.
and you
And I go ahead and do what I did.
are
and
so
shit my
confident
pants. Yeah.
that you let what you think is a fart slip out.
Thought it was gonna be a fart.
That's a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
You kind of a smooth player for that.
Want to talk
one.
about confidence?
I mean-
here we are, first podcast,
Mhm.
me and you, and we've talked about shit the last 15 minutes.
I think that's maybe a bulk of this show, and we've not gotten to my most recent shit. But I do also want to say that your confidence is one very admirable. The other thing, though, much less admirable, is your ability to keep a secret for 12 years. That's
It's called the long con, dude.
Are you playing the
Okay?
long game? Is that what's happening on? I just feel like that's a little scary that you could deceive
I can murder
somebody. You
somebody.
could. I think you could probably, knowing that you kept that shit a secret
12
for
years.
12 years.
Dude.
I give you a good
I'm a
strong 5
box.
years on not talking about the body,
That's what I'm saying.
which we could be into that 5 years right now.
I could have done this 5 years ago, and you still don't know. You're
Te-
not gonna
two-
know
2
for another
years ag-
7 years. And then I'm like, hey, Dave. remember
And that's the
episode
kind.
1?
That's the kind of person that I want in a co-host. That's the kind of mentality, that confidence,
A
and that
guy.
level of deceit.
Yeah.
Is what's going to carry this show.
Yep.
Deep
Played
into
it. Played it
syndication. Do
so
we get do
cool
podcasts
for
get
12
syndicated?
years. No, I don't think
We're
you
gonna get syndicated.
You're not gonna be on like
Hey,
TV.
I don't really know what that means.
Honestly, I don't know what it means either.
All right, good.
Syndicated. Syndicated.
I like it. It sounds cool.
Sounds good. Wait a second. Isn't that when they run a fucking
Syndicated. I am self. Is that?
That's vindicated, dumbass.
It's a different song. Okay, so back to the shit stories. Now,
Wait. There's a couple things we actually wanted to talk about, which I think we should maybe
Okay.
start touching on, okay?
Okay.
I know, like, this is all on, like, fun and dick and fart jokes and
Mm-hmm.
shit stories. But, like, you wanted to, like, talk about, like, what's going on. And I think we should
Yeah.
say something
Yeah.
with everything that's going on, kind of like where you stand
Right.
and just how you feel. Because
can I start it
everybody's
off?
kind of going through it.
Because I like
you,
to.
you can
chatty.
lead, buddy.
Okay.
You can lead.
Now everybody's aware of the riots. Everybody's aware of the Black Lives Matter movement. All these other things. There is one thing that I'm not gonna tell anybody shit that they don't already fucking know, right? But what I do want to say,
Pun
because
intended.
there are a lot of people out there who are angry with the Black Lives Matter movement and maybe not understand. This is very. I hate the way I'm starting this out because it sounds very much like I'm trying to toot my ally horn or to be social justice warriory. There's just things that I know that I've talked to people about recently that they weren't aware of, and so I thought maybe there are other people that aren't aware of this. Now, in regards to like the black community and why they're upset, okay? Now, I've talked to a lot of people that didn't know these little pieces of the puzzle that I think I've got a semi-decent handle on. One of them is in regards to the black community and things that have, in my eyes, happened to them systemically and almost by design for the past fucking 100 years. Obviously, slavery is a terrible thing and all that shit. But one of the first things that I think is worth mentioning is the redlining. Now, a lot of people don't know what redlining is. Although if we listen to the same podcast, it's been a topic lately that a lot of people have talked about. Redlining is basically the process or the word escapes me, but banks not giving black families mortgages, not granting them mortgages so that they can own homes. And it also goes to, and also not granting them loans so that they can't have businesses and things like that. So what ends up happening is when you have several generations, and thanks to Brian Callen, I did not know that redlining went on as recently as the 90s. So as recently as the 90s, banks were not giving loans and mortgages to black families, which means black families for generations were not owning anything. They were not owning businesses. They were not owning homes, which means there's nothing for your grandparents to pass down to their kids to eventually be passed down to you. This sort of thing effectively destroys the heritage of a family unit, right? There's nothing to pass down. They have no legacy. There is nothing being owned by them. Now, the other thing that has affected the black community on a large scale is a lot of people are familiar with Freeway Ricky Ross and the Iran-Contra wars, where our own government was providing low-income areas with cocaine to fund the Iran-Contra wars. People like Freeway Ricky Ross during the 80s was one of the recipients of this cocaine, although he didn't even know where the fuck he was getting it from. And that money, I mean, that those drugs are being flooded into low-income areas. People like Freeway Ricky Ross were turning it into crack, and essentially our own government created the crack epidemic of the 80s. Right, so now you have.
Yeah, and this isn't like conspiratorial.
No,
thing.
absolutely not.
This is literally
they make movies on this.
documented shit.
Yeah. Freeway Ricky Ross. Rogan's got a couple of episodes with him. That's a cool, and fucking Rick Ross, the CO, turned rapper, stole his name and glorifies.
And then bought
drug dealing.
Holyfield's house.
Did he really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
yeah, with
crazy.
all that money that he made through co-opting this fucking dude's name. But the point is that Freeway Ricky Ross and I'm sure more people than just himself helped to create unknowingly the crack epidemic of the 80s, and so that destroys because there's not a lot of opportunity. So now all these families who couldn't own homes are forced to live in low-income areas, and now these low-income areas are being flooded with crack. Now, if the crack doesn't kill you from an overdose, it certainly ruins your quality of life, and it also makes you really susceptible to violence because of drug deals gone wrong, right? So people are dying, people are addicted to crack, they're being destroyed. The fabric of the hood is being destroyed by this crack epidemic. The fucking government, in response to that, launches the war on drugs. So now, if the crack epidemic hasn't killed you or made you a fiend, it's now throwing you in jail, which is predominantly happening to men in low-income areas, which is to say father figures. So you've essentially destroyed the heritage of most black families, and now you've destroyed the family unit of most black families. Now, the third thing that I think is really important is hip-hop, unlike any other musical genre, in my opinion, reflects the culture, the lifestyle of the black community, or at least it used to be a reflection of the things that they were going to. Art reflects life, whatever.
Art imitates life.
Art imitates life.
Yeah.
At some point, I don't know if it's by design, but these fucking record labels started telling these potential artists, look, I know you've got a message. Lyrically, you've got a lot to say. That's not what's selling. What's selling is drugs, the club, talking about bitches, talking about all the things you have, money and jewels and all that other shit.
Jewels? What the fuck are they? Pirates?
Yeah, well, maybe jewels isn't the best.
They're talking about their jewels.
Well,
and
I don't want to say
doubloons.
bling. Bling, you're bling. Okay, so
Somebody's gonna punch you in the head.
So what did we say? We said drugs, bitches, the club, whatever you have,
Well, that's
material
like, yeah,
possessions,
that's Biggie
and
came
also
along,
violence, right?
Yeah.
So
NWA.
yeah. Well, NWA
Ice-T.
was fuck the police, right? That was a reflection of the culture that they were going through. But at some point, these
In LA,
record
yeah.
labels said, don't rap about that. Rap about materialistic things, drug dealing, and violence, because that's what's selling. And at some point, it shifted from hip hop being a reflection of the culture to hip hop then affecting the culture. So now, one of the biggest things that the black community provides, I think, societally, is their music and their culture. I mean, we're gonna be fucking honest. Black people are way better than music at music than like a lot of other races. It's kind of the fact, right? Miles Davis is
the
responsible
blues.
for
They fucking
absolutely. I mean,
The
all
Delta
rock and
blues,
roll
dude.
comes from
Robert Johnson. He founded, the grandfather of the blues. B.B. King, all these guys.
All
like,
the good
started
music.
all this. A lot of the white guys stole it.
and
Elvis.
And these fucking people that own the record labels took that beautiful thing and distorted the message because they dictate to some degree what sells and what's going to make you successful. If you rap about this, then you'll get that deal. And now that music is dictating to the culture how to behave. So your heritage has been destroyed. Your family unit has been destroyed. Drugs have torn your community apart. And now one of the biggest, most beautiful things that the black community provides to society has been co-opted and used, I think, against them and sold them a message of false goods that trapping and drug dealing, disrespecting women, fucking spending your money frivolously, committing violent acts is the way to be successful. Never mind the fact that people like, I think Waka Flocka graduated from fucking Harvard or something like that. Lil Wayne also has a degree, but that's not what is pushed by mainstream hip hop, or at least not anymore. At some point, I think the message has been co-opted. But I do want to, because people don't, that paints a really weird picture.
See, I mean, you're talking about like the roots of like a lot of what's going on. I was talking about more like what we are like experiencing, seeing today, and it's just crazy. Like I was watching this thing on like Rodney King, and the LA riots and stuff like that, and it's just nuts that like people back then, especially on the East Coast, were just like, wow, it'll never land at your front door. Is kind of like what you think.
That's what you
and
think.
What
I gotta check
happened?
the camera. I think we're about to hit that mark.
And then what happened is that they, it finally like pushed and moved its way out from the West Coast, pushing out through the Midwest and East Coast. And you saw like, especially with the invention of like, camera phones and stuff like that, you saw that it's just not a LA thing. It's not, it's not a West Coast thing. It's an everywhere thing. It's a problem. The answer for somebody running away is not to be shot in the back. It should go run chase, or you know what? I have his ID. I have his face. Let me get that to detectives. Let the detectives do the work. See, that's really more or less like what I was talking about. Like, I as far as like everything going on, I think they need to hold these police officers accountable. And the way that they would do that is in the same vein that they would prosecute me for aggravated assault, murder in the first degree. They also need to be judged by that stick. You shouldn't be able to hide behind a badge.
Right.
Being a cop does not like exalt you from the law. You can't just be, you know, it's funny because you'll see like these police on like their iPhones and stuff like that, their phones, you know, while they're
Right.
driving, and you're just like,
Yeah.
it's not really illegal for him to just be texting while he's driving.
Yeah.
Just because he's a cop don't mean you could do it.
Yeah.
You know?
I even feel some type of way when they fly by.
Yeah, man. I mean,
what?
it's a
Well,
real
you're right about
problem,
that.
man. And like what I've noticed through the internet is some people, like, well, Instagram more particularly, some people really, really care. Like my friend Megan, she's, you know, very like vocal about like the Black Lives Matter movement and things you could do. My friend Rich does the same thing. Corinne, I have a bunch of people that I know that really like are trying to help and everything. I myself, I mean, I signed up for like my voter registration.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't even like aware that I could do that because I was an ex-felon. And then my buddy Tristan like sends me this thing like, hey, you know, you could totally like, you know, vote just because you're an ex-felon.
I didn't know that. I thought you couldn't if you were an
Yeah,
ex-felon.
that's what I thought. See, that's
Okay.
the kind of shit they don't let you in on that you
Right.
can, you know, like
Yeah.
So-
There's a bunch
they
of
want to keep the
emotion.
status quo.
There's a bunch of emotion being tossed about by the media. Not a lot of information. Not a lot of utilizable information.
No,
being
a lot of
tossed around.
people are getting their quality information from like what I see. I'm getting it through Instagram from a lot of people that I follow, like Meg and Rich and stuff like that, about things you could do, not, you know, to help.
Yeah.
You know, and actually help, because you having 250,000 followers, 300,000 followers, you post one fucking Blackout Tuesday post,
Yeah.
and then you just next picture, ass and titties, baby. You know,
Yeah.
Let's get back to making
Let's
that
get-
money. Oh, also remember to buy your fucking whatever it is that I'm selling, my goji berries. You know, it's like.
You mentioned it before. The Rodney King thing is such an interesting example because like that set L.A. in flames in regards to rioting, the Rodney King thing. Now that type of shit is, you know, just another Tuesday. It happens so often. These fucking like police brutality videos, these, you know, unarmed black dude being fucking murdered, happens so often, and it's crazy to see the visceral reaction from the Rodney King event to like how often it's happening now. And for a long time, you know, now it's different because of the riots, but for a long time it was like people were almost unreactive
Well, something
because we're
that-
being desensitized to that type of shit.
Something that's literally disgusting that I was just watching actually before you got here. I was watching the Bill Burr and Rogan podcast, and they were showing like the Antifa guys in Seattle taking the Capitol building or the whatever building in that little. They got like 7 blocks or something like that. It's
Antifa?
like, they got like 7 blocks in Seattle. Yeah,
I had no idea.
And like the head guy is like a Navy SEAL. It's swear to God,
The
it's
head
like
guy of Antifa is a Navy SEAL?
that took over like those couple blocks in Seattle. Yeah.
Wow.
He's like a Navy SEAL. So it's like Bane. It's like some Dark Knight
What?
Rises shit. But it's like the thing is that that's stealing from like what's really going on. It's they think they're helping, but they're really not. They're stealing they're stealing the shine of what the Black Lives Matter movement is supposed to be. You think you're helping with this crazy shit about like, you know, taking over this many blocks and stuff like that, and this Antifa movement? All you're doing is stealing like time from the Black Lives Matter movement.
Well, you're also
It's so upsetting like watching that.
What's the
because
next
it's like,
move?
Don't associate with that kind of stuff, you know?
no.
What the hell is that? Associate.
No, I like that.
broke
You put
that
a little
up
bit of inflection
too.
in that.
Yeah,
but what's
I broke that
the
up too.
after you take over 7 blocks? What the fuck ever in Seattle? What's next?
Batman.
Right?
Batman comes in.
Is that what we need?
We need a Batman.
We
Yeah.
need Batmen.
We need a couple of them.
We need more than one.
I mean, look, it's it's not going to end well. You know,
Right?
There's no situation when they start throwing around words like domestic terrorist.
Yeah.
When they're starting to put a bullseye on you,
Well,
you're about to do some Waco shit, bro.
some of the things that really upset me that I saw with the whole rioting and everything is like, I don't like the rioting. Don't think it's a good idea. Understand why it's happening. Don't agree with destroying your own community. There were things that I saw, videos that were really disturbing. We could talk about a few of them. Some of them were the fucking police. I don't know if it was the police. Let me backpedal that. Somebody is dropping off pallets of bricks, right? This is old news. We're not bringing you anything new. But to me, that's really kind of spooky.
And also, it's conspiratorial. It's.
But they
I mean,
are
we don't
there.
know.
Shout out to my boy Maxwell Barna, is an independent journalist, has done articles for Vice, has also been on my show twice. On his Snapchat, walking through the streets of Philly, comes across two pallets of bricks in the center of the street.
Yeah, but now you got me freaked out because when I'm seeing like trucks of bricks drive by, I'm like, oh my god.
But that didn't happen in a vacuum. I saw damn near 10 other examples in different cities across the U.S. And then I saw videos of police destroying their own cruisers while protesters recorded
Yeah,
them
that
and
was
said
crazy. I
things
saw
like,
that video.
they were like, they're going to blame us for this shit. So when you see that type of thing, I
saw those two little white chicks with the spray paint.
Yeah,
and those girls rolled up on them.
What the
and then
fuck
she's
are you
like,
doing?
we're trying to help, and she's
like,
the
nobody
one woman-
fucking asked you to do this shit.
They're gonna blame us.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
a great point. But
Yeah.
one of the other things that I saw that was really disturbing. I don't know where the video came out of. I think it was New York. All these rioters, right? Hundreds of people, maybe thousands of people. They're funneling up the stairs and into a residence.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was pretty nuts.
That's fucking terrifying.
Now, is that like actually happening, or some old footage? Or
Could be.
because
Absolutely
it looks
could be.
like old footage. It might not even be in our country. That's
true.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to be careful. I always tell people, you have to like do your homework on whatever you're watching.
Right.
So if you're seeing a video, find out who's posting the video. Obviously, every person you see doing something has some sort of agenda that they're pushing.
Yeah.
You know, you have to make sure that where you're getting it from is some kind of like
Reputable.
some kind of reputable. At least don't have a dog in the fight.
Right.
You know?
It's hard to find anybody that's coming
it's
from
really hard.
a non-biased point of view.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Sam's Club in Edison, they got looted.
Oh, no shit?
Yeah, Sam's Club in Edison on 27
Dude, right around the block.
right by Topgolf.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like when I saw that, I was like, I got
How the hell did they loot Sam's Club?
There's videos on YouTube, people running out with TVs and shit.
What is there, like 20 people? That's not a good looting.
I don't know. I'd
These
have to.
motherfuckers don't know about good looting. Good
Well,
looting is like
Apparently, it's not even.
New York.
Well,
when
yeah,
all that
whatever.
shit
Fucking-
happened.
that's real looting.
That
It's
was some
weird to
serious
go to
looting.
because this Sam's Club is in the middle of an island of nothing. There's Topgolf,
Yeah.
and then there's Sam's Club, and then there's
Yeah.
highways and shit. I don't know how. Apparently, it was organized by a Facebook group. People that
Antifa.
I don't know Antifa. You
Watch,
know,
they're gonna come for us.
I hope not. I hope not.
Well, I say I'm gonna dress up like Batman and I'm gonna go in there. And
I'm gonna dress up like Robin,
my
the one with the
hand-to-hand
speedo.
combat.
The
You know,
speedo.
That's what
I
I'm
want the
saying.
speedo.
You want
know?
that one?
Yeah, with he's got no.
You're
got
gonna,
no pants?
You're gonna have your hairy legs just sticking out of a green speedo.
What's wrong with that?
I thought you could go maybe like O'Donnell. You know,
I don't know. I don't understand
Batman
the reference.
Forever. You never seen Batman Forever?
Oh, with the nipples.
He had nipples. Yeah.
All right.
Sure
Yeah,
he did.
I could probably do the nipples.
Sure he did.
I think we could do that.
Dave.
Yeah.
Considering this is our first podcast we ever did,
Yeah,
well, the kickoff, I feel we've covered a lot of ground.
I do, and I
Shitty
don't know how
pants
much time
to-
we've spent doing this because I have no idea
This is
what fucking time it is, how long we've been doing this, because we didn't think of it. We need to get a
honestly with
stopwatch
the
on the wall.
lighting. It could be 8 o'clock.
We have blackout,
Could
not
be-
blackout curtains, moving blankets
could
over
be
the
3 in
windows.
the afternoon. We don't know.
We could be here for 3 days and we would not know.
But yeah, I forgot where we got cut off earlier and stuff like that. And we might be bouncing
talked about it.
around.
I think we talked about it.
like a pretty good amount, and I'm sure you're gonna get I'm gonna hear so many. It was good, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, I know. It's it's gonna be like that for a little while. We'll get into our groove. There's still like a bunch of stuff like I wanna make fun of and stuff. So
I didn't even talk about the last time I shit my
mostly
pants. That's for
Instagram
next
people.
episode.
Oh God, can
That's
we
for
just
next episode. No,
maybe
we're gonna
pump
save
the
that.
brakes on the
Nope,
shit talk
nope,
for a little while?
No, because it's very important and it's very.
It's Jay and Dave. It's Jay and Dave.
Oh, it's actually
He's
Dave
shitting
and
his
Jay.
pants and he's okay.
It's Dave and Jay because it rolls off the tongue better.
Yeah, you're right. It does. Damn, I wanted Jay and Dave so bad.
I mean,
I was really fighting for that.
I said the both of them over and over again in my head the other day when I was in the shower. Dave and Jay, Jay and Dave. They really kind of flow the same. But
I like the
I'm gonna stand my ground.
DJVW hashtag DJVW.
Yeah.
Use promo code DJVW.
That's right. Anybody out
checkout
there
for
that's got that.
Depends.com.
Let me tell you, anybody that's heard because Jay, what's the goal of this show? What's the goal of this show, Jay?
I heard. You know what? I got a lot of people were like, so we can do like a MMA podcast. I was like,
No.
I
I mean, we'll talk about it.
I would love to talk about it. I
Absolutely.
mean, that's my thing.
I'm
but
not as-
Dave was preoccupied with basically shit talk today.
Yes, yeah.
Laying the foundation of what's going on with Black America and
That's
why
right.
we're at the point we are right now.
And I am sorry.
So there would be no fight talk today.
Not today. I didn't watch the most recent fights. Was it Saturday?
Jessica I was last night.
Yeah, she had to
fought-
quit.
No, she came in, they said a quarter pound heavy when actually she was supposedly like 4 pounds heavy. And she did the towel trick where she grabbed a hold of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cynthia Cadillo.
Oh,
or
like
whatever
the
her name-
hand of
Yeah.
whoever was holding the towel?
Yeah, she said something like
Slick Rick.
she got a text from the manager. Her manager got a text from Jessica I's manager saying that she was 130 pounds. And she said, "Will Cynthia still take the fight?" And Cynthia said, "Yes, because you get 30% of the purse."
Yeah, yeah.
And you got to figure Jessica I's probably making like I would figure 50,000, maybe more for a main event fight.
Okay.
You know, she's got to be in there. So I mean, when you're getting 30% of 50K and you still won,
It's a nice chunk of
that's
change.
that's a nice. That's how you bring it.
So
home,
what
baby.
happened though? Something happened where she couldn't. Now this is based off of a post I think I saw from her that was like she couldn't continue.
Well, this is what happened. I got home from a lovely evening with my family.
Very
had
nice.
2 Choco Tacos, watched 2 fights, and went immediately to bed.
That sounds beautiful. Oh, so you didn't fucking. That's the problem with East Coast. I'll tell you, when I lived in Vegas, being able to watch the fights and have them be over by like 9.
Oh, God.
Dude,
It's a little slice of heaven for
tremendous.
me.
It was beautiful.
I love it when they fight in like England. It's like or
Yeah.
like fucking China. It's like, what time is the fight? It's 1 in the afternoon. Amazing.
Amazing, yeah. Because
Thank you.
I like to go to sleep. I sleep early and I sleep hard and I'm out really fucking quickly. I mean, there's
See,
times I'm out at 8:30.
I'm in the bed, right? Boom, 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's because I gotta get up and I gotta do fucking work.
Right, but your
You
wife
know?
suffers. You have sleep apnea, right? You got.
Sleep apnea.
You don't have to. You look like a thick
guy
necked
who would
fucking
have
sleep
sleep
apnea monster. That's what you look like.
Dave, I'll smack you right in the back of the
Don't- not-
fucking neck.
not on camera.
I'll
Not on
smack you
camera.
in the neck.
Not
And
on
the
camera,
thing is,
please.
you know what you'll do? You know what you'll do?
I'll fucking come
Nothing.
back. Look, I'm a sleeper, bro. I'll
Nothing.
lift and I'll train hard for a year.
And you'll get beaten up
365
in front of your child.
Don't fucking beat. Don't bring my kid. Don't assault me in front of my kid. Everybody
I
should
would.
know that the way that me and Jay met is I cracked him in his fucking face
He did.
because he came at me too hard.
He did.
That's what happened.
He hit me from the ground.
He came
He
at
had
me
to, and you know
while
what?
I did have
it
to.
barely made a
Well,
dent.
that's not true.
It barely made
that's not
a
true.
dent.
For the longest time, Jay said, "You know what, man? You hit me so hard. Nobody's ever hit me."
I was
that
trying to
hard."
be nice to him, everybody.
Why would he say that all the time? He would say
I was
that.
trying to be nice
I
to
don't
him.
need that, all right? But what I am saying is Jay came at me, as
I
Jay
did.
does. And I cracked
Evidently,
him.
I sparred pretty hard. That's what.
Yeah, you fucking do.
A lot of people say that, but I really don't feel like I do.
That's because everything on you weighs a metric shit ton. So everything that you hits with a metric shit. You fucked my leg up forever.
Well,
My left hip,
got-
ladies and gentlemen, is destroyed. Hey, guess who doesn't do Muay Thai? This guy. Guess who has a permanent Muay Thai injury? This guy. Because this fucking asshole leg kicked the shit out of me. And what
There's
I
a-
think happened was he tore my the ball and socket joint that is the hip, and it stretched out of the socket.
You know what?
Too much and created scar tissue, and now doesn't want to go back
you know what?
into its home.
You want to know what?
When it rains, it hurts.
You you play with fire
I didn't.
and you're gonna get burned.
You know what I remember saying right before you said, "Hey man, you want to move around a little bit? You want to do some Muay Thai?" I said, "Jay, I don't do Muay Thai."
Fire.
And he's like, "No, it's good." And I said, "Hey man, as long as you take care of me, it's all good." And he said, "I'll take care of you."
Barely hit you.
Well, you
Barely
hit me
you.
right.
And you know
guess
what?
you had some
You know
crisp
what?
technique on that leg kick.
When
'cause
we're
you fucked me
85,
up.
90,
I'll be in a wheelchair.
remember me.
Yeah, I'll look up at you
Remember
and
that.
from my wheelchair, and I'll go, this injury that has been slowly getting worse and worse to the point that I can't walk now is because of you. And then I'll fucking dick punch you. And it won't matter what you do to me because I've lived a nice life, a nice long life. And you could take me away right there, but I'll
Who do you think is
dick
dying
punch
first?
You
or
for
the-
sure.
Me?
Yeah, because you put so much emphasis on like working out and
No.
being healthy that
No
karma's gonna come
way.
and get you.
No
I'm a
fucking
fucking
way.
cockroach. I'll live forever.
I'll tell you
eat
exactly
only
how you
meat
go
till
out.
90.
Ready? Ready? This is how you go out. Dead. That's it. You shit your pants one day and you have an aneurysm
Yeah.
and you just die.
Did I tell you I had a?
And you know who's gonna find you? This guy. I'm gonna find you in your car in the parking lot right before podcast day. Pants.
It'll be
soaked
on a
in
Sunday.
Shit and just.
You heard it here, ladies and
Dead.
gentlemen. We're doing this show till damn near 90 because I'm not making 90. I'm probably 89, 87. I think.
I
is a
give
strong.
you shit pants death in 4 months. 4 months.
4 months from this Sunday. You know how bad you'd feel if you called that?
I'd feel like.
You heard it, ladies and
Nostradamus.
gentlemen. Anybody got the over/under on that? We're placing.
4
What
months.
you can do is this show is brought to you by MyBookie. You can place bets
MyBookie.
on Dave's death in 4 months on this
If you're
Sunday.
gonna gamble on your friend's debts, use MyBookie. Promo code DVJW.
All right, fuck
think
this
that's a good
show.
way
We
to
gotta
end
go.
it.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Skidum-ba, skidum-ba. Here we go. Skidum-ba.
Thanks for listening, guys. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.